This week on Engage the Sage.
Hi, I'm Don Saucier. Welcome to this episode of Engage the Sage. This week we're going to be talking to you about recharging the sage. As we've said a number of times, the teaching philosophy that goes across a lot of the stuff that we're talking to you about this channel is called Engage the Sage. Engage the Sage is wordplay on sage on the stage, which is a teaching style by which someone stands up in front of a class and talks at the class for a predetermined amount of time. Rather than having someone just spout even expert information at an audience, we think there's better ways to teach people. And what we've advocated is that the sage, the person in front of the class, if they are engaged in what they're doing and they're enjoying their experience of teaching, then the students are going to engage in learning and they're going to learn better. But the sage gets tired. Teaching is an overall emotionally investing and exhausting experience when you put your heart and soul into it. At the end of the semester, I'm amazed at how exhausted I am from having been in front of my classes for 4 months and teaching and learning with them. So at the end of the semester, I think it's a good idea to take some downtime to get ready to do this all again and recharge yourself as that sage. Right now, we're in the summer months. The spring semester has just ended. Classes for the spring semester are over. That doesn't mean we don't have work to do. A common misconception is that university instructors and professors have summers off, and those of us in those roles know that that's not quite true. Many of us are going to be teaching summer classes. Many of us are going to be doing all of that writing we should have been doing over the course of our year, getting our research programs up to date, getting conference submissions done, and all of those other kinds of things that compete for our time during the school year. So some of the time over the summer is going to be devoted to those activities. But I do think it is very important to carve out some other time to make sure that you do recharge yourself. Now, it's important to understand that you may not have the luxury of just stopping all professional activities. And the advice I give to my graduate students is not to stop everything, but to be intentional in how you're using your time and to make sure some of that time is used intentionally to recharge yourself. Make sure that other stuff gets done. Make sure you're making progress where you need to make progress, but make sure you take care of yourself too. So I'm going to share with you the top 5 things that I try to work on myself and with my graduate students to help us recharge for the next semester. The first thing that I recommend is that you be present. If you're at work and you're doing work, do work. If you're not, then don't do work. Invest yourself completely in what it is that you're doing and know what it is you're doing in that moment. So if you're writing, be writing. If you're relaxing, be relaxing. When you're writing, don't wish you were relaxing. And when you're relaxing, don't feel guilty about not writing. The second thing that I recommend is to use your downtime well. And by that, what I mean is make sure that the things that you're doing in your downtime are things that are really enjoyable to you. Make sure that you're intrinsically motivated to do those things. I recommend even scheduling that downtime in. So if you know that you're going to have Tuesday afternoon to yourself, know what you plan to do on that Tuesday afternoon. And if you're going to do nothing, be intentional about doing nothing. The third thing that I recommend is look forward to your downtime and use it on activities that you haven't gotten to do. Now, that might be doing things in your yard. That might be doing things with your pets or your family. That might be exercising. You might be sitting on a beach. But make sure that you're doing things that are worth doing in the downtime and things that you're going to find rewarding and glad you did later. And I don't think those have to be productive, but they have to be something that is good for you. The fourth thing that I recommend is be playful in that downtime. It's hard being an instructor. It's hard playing that role. It's hard carrying that burden, both emotionally and cognitively. When you're not that person, when you don't have to be that person, don't be that person. Have fun. You don't have to be in professor mode. You don't have to be in teacher mode. You don't have to be in instructor mode. I'm going to break out the superhero t-shirts and the cargo shorts. I'm going to be somebody different, and I'm going to enjoy being that other guy. The fifth thing I recommend is to remind yourself that you have earned this downtime. You put in your time. You put in your emotional effort. You put in your cognitive effort. You put in your behavioral effort. You are ready to recharge. So embrace this. Don't feel guilty. Allow yourself to recharge by really taking it easy. Really reprioritizing things that you have not been doing as much of during the school year when you've had a lot more classes and a lot more responsibilities. Spend the time the way that you want now. You've earned it. Now, I realize that there are some high achievers among us, myself included, that find it hard to take downtime. We sometimes can feel that if we slow down, we're going to lose our inertia. We're going to lose our momentum, and it's going to be hard to pick that back up. But you will. And if you use your recharge time now well, when you pick it back up, you're going to be even that much better at it. The downtime you take now is a form of strategic renewal. And what that means is that you are intentionally taking the time to recharge yourself so that you are actually more productive when you return to that activity. So, as a teacher, taking this downtime now and not teaching is going to make you a better teacher when you come back. Our Engage the Sage teaching philosophy says that you have to engage first. You have to engage yourself in your teaching so your students can engage and then learn more from you. It is easy to engage yourself in your teaching and in your content when you're refreshed and recharged. And right now, in these summer months, you have other things to do. But I think one of the things that we should prioritize is recharging ourselves to get back and ready for those fall semesters. I recharge by wearing superhero t-shirts and cargo shorts. I want to hear what you do to recharge. Please leave that in the comments below. Thank you for joining us this week on Engage the Sage. Please like, subscribe, sign up for notifications, and share on social media. We'll see you next time.